Cutting edge guests, awesome, uncensored, jaw-dropping information, plus funny memes, good deeds, and loads of laughter. Kind of have it all. Ladies and gentlemen, if your soul's awake, then welcome, because you're in the right place. Welcome to the Beings of Light show, you divine lions and lionesses. As many of you are aware, Welcome to the Beings of Light show, you divine lions and lionesses. As many of you are aware, we are in the golden age, the Age of Enlightenment, and it is a powerful time to harness the energies around us and the tools available to us to unlock the power of your divine frequency. Tonight, I'm joined by Robin Blanc-Mascari, a serial entrepreneur, a head of the Stephen Covey organization, and the matriarch of our incredible team, as we discuss where we are in alignment in the cosmos and what incredible powers are available to us to harness, upgrade our life, and of those around us. You are the quantum reactor. Your body possesses the ability to do things many consider supernatural. We'll show it to you, we'll share with you the stories, we'll give you a few videos, and some great nuggets to take away from this incredible show. We invite you to share this everywhere with spiritually enlightened patriots who want to be part of the greatest awakening of all mankind. We'll see you soon. And welcome back to the Warriors of Wellness Beings of Light episode. And here we're going to be exploring that divine frequency, the God molecule, awakening now, and many people, 12 strands of DNA with the celestial bodies, the alignment, which is unfolding in this new age of enlightenment. And what Einstein called the medicine of the future will be frequency medicine. So you're going to be joining us right now as we kind of wander through ancient scriptures, known prophecies, techniques of the old age that assist you now emerging in ascension, igniting your inner power to rise, to heal, and shine like never before. So I would even dare you to step into this divine unfolding now, because you are all incredible divine lions and lionesses and sovereign souls. And here's the divine lioness of the hour, the matriarch of our team at LifeWave, Team Buddha, Robin Blanc-Mascari, formerly atop of Stephen Covey Company, and truly have embodied the absolute loving divine feminine energy and entrepreneurial, which is incredible for everybody from a sovereignty standpoint, aspects which you have continued to share with us and everybody around the world. Robin, thank you for being back on here. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
It's been a while. I love being with you, Brett, and I love how you expand me and everyone else around you. I love it. I love that, we're living at this unique time in history. What a blessing for all of us to get to usher in this powerful time.
Yeah, it certainly is. And, we have tens of thousands of new followers, subscribers across the social medias and the platforms, Robin. And the last time that we were together, beyond the rebroadcasting of one of our shows about 2 months ago, it was about 6 or 8 months ago. I think it was the summertime. So with the tens of thousands of new audience members, would you mind just giving a little bit about your background? I kind of hinted at that, everyone knows in the intro, and why I feel you're one of the greatest guests that I've ever had on here, especially when we're talking about beings of light, warriors of wellness, and also being sovereign as an entrepreneur too.
Well, thank you so much, Brad. And it was an unconscious competence, I must say, have a professional career where I was constantly tweaking my life. And little did I know what I was doing, but I was designing my life based on what was important, whether I was in the outplacement world, working with thousands of people in career transition, helping them design their life based on what's important, to teaching leadership. I was blessed to, I didn't head the Covey organization, but I was one of the first, what they called licensees for Stephen Covey, and got to help launch the book. And I worked with the marketing genius behind it, and it was truly a privilege. We had no idea what was going to happen with that book, but I got to be there at the beginning, and then I got to facilitate and train the 7 Habits course every week for years, which was a gift to me and everyone else who was exposed to it. So whether I was with a company called Enlightened Leadership or doing, career transition, I was helping everyone do the same thing, which is like, what's important in your life and how can you have a life reflected of what's important. And then 27 years ago, I came across this profession that I wish I would have found earlier. And it's the profession of network marketing, which is relationship marketing. And it's my husband and I call it a greenhouse. It's a safe place to grow people. And my love and my passion has always been about growing to our potential. And in the corporate world, people would show up at trainings because they were told to, but they'd show up crossed arms and crossed legs. And at the end of it, they'd say, boy, I wish I would have been more open. This was really good stuff. And now I'm in a business model where people show up because they want to learn. They want to grow. They're entrepreneurs. They know that working on themselves is the most important thing because it's reflected in their business success. So I've been privileged to have many, many amazing mentors. Stephen Covey is one of them. I got to work with Michael Gerber, who wrote the E-Myth, the entrepreneurial myth. And before he launched his book, I was with Covey before he launched his book. And I was with Tom Crum before he launched his book. And he was John Denver's best friend and a master in conflict. And a 5th degree black belt in Aikido, using conflict as the best sandpaper to really grow and learn. So I've always been involved in things where I could personally grow and I could share things with other people where they could grow. So that's my love. And, now that I found LifeWave, I'm a lifer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me too. And many people have heard the story of, Michael and Tracy Joe gifting this to me, but you're the one that was able to send me the X39 and the Ice Wave patches from Italy during right after lockdowns, because in Canada, they wouldn't allow the X39. They took it off the market. So we had to sneak it into Canada from Italy to get it to me to try. So, you are just awesome. And thank you for that, because it changed my life. And I've said that it gives everybody a second lease on life. And it literally, as Einstein has shared, and I mentioned in the beginning, future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. And since our soul is literally a vibration, we all have a consciousness ID tapped into our soul as an expression of divinity, walking through these bodies, a spirit, an eternal spirit having existence in this plane, right? Like, why wouldn't we want these highest available frequencies to us to be able to harness for improvement in our life, like self-improvement, as well as personal development and physical improvement, which I believe also gives us spiritual improvement. And we have actually seen that, whether it's Korean photography, they can film your aura since 1966. And that is over 60 years ago. Imagine where we are today, right? So it's truly remarkable.
It's so exciting to have something that, we're living in a time in history where literally the vibration of the planet is enhancing. Excuse me. The frequency is increasing everywhere. And this technology actually does enhance our frequency also. So we are beings of light. And what it does is it puts light throughout our whole system. It just instantly goes throughout your whole energy system. As soon as it's 3 inches from your body, it doesn't even need to touch you. And the changes that people experience, they vary from person to person. We never know what it's going to be. We always know it's working. It may not be working on what you want it to be working on, but it's working on what's most important, because the body has great, great wisdom to go where it's most needed. So we are beyond thrilled. And my husband and I have been marketing cutting edge health products together for the past 60 plus years together. We've never come across anything that holds a candle to what we have here with this simple little, let's see, we haven't even showed it yet.
I'll show it. Yeah. Oh, you took it off. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you had one right there. It looks innocuous. It's the size of a quarter. And when put on the body, or 3 inches from the body, instantly it goes systemically to add these frequencies of light. And they are going to where the body needs them most to repair and regenerate. As we age, things change. And, I'm in a few weeks going to be 72. And, the older we get, the faster we age, the slower we heal. Well, guess what? We have scientific proof that we can actually turn that back. It's not just anti-aging, which is stopping the process. It's actually reversing the process. So now I'm younger than my age, and I'm going to have my biological test age tested in the next few days. So I'll let you know. But I know I'm younger than my chronological age.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure, for sure. And the reason why people might see, like, we have to be a little bit ambiguous right now, even though we're going to show some incredible awards and patents, is because there has been something new in law about speaking about the wellness patch versus big pharma. So just read between the lines, a little bit of what we're saying here, and then I want to take you over, everybody, to the video of the man who is the inventor and the co-founder of this company, who, by the way, his name in college, his nickname was Spock. His real name is David Schmidt. And, this was started originally as a Black Ops project 21 years ago for the Navy SEALs and the SEAL teams, for the SDV guys, the swimmer delivery vehicle team guys. Like, how can you keep them awake and underwater, right? They're underwater for up to 72 hours, 3 full freaking days.
In their mini
right?
subs.
In their mini subs. SDV, swimmer delivery vehicle, mini subs. Yeah. SDV teams, mini subs, right? And doing reconnaissance on enemy targets where they can't surface, can't eat a power bar. And this is where the technology started and now has grown out. And it's because of team members like ourselves and other brand ambassadors like this. People get to learn about this belly to belly or on podcasts, because you're not going to go to a Walgreens and find this on a store shelf and learn about this, right? And have that true heart-to-heart conversation and connection with people, which is what I love, because aside from Reiki and being a Reiki master over a decade, now we're talking about frequency, which helps you and does other incredible things for you as a result of something the size of a quarter, thin as a few hairs, little sticker, put it on your body, take it off when you brush your teeth at night after 12 hours, and it has given you some great upgrading as well. So this is the founder. In his own words, we're talking about ancient scripture and what I like to call Star Trek type technology right now, available for everybody around the world, which is amazing. This is David Schmidt, everybody, for about a minute and a half.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There is more information there than most people would ever realize. I was 8 years old, and my parents wanted to take me to the workshop of Thomas Edison. On the drive back home, I said to my dad, I want to be an inventor. Light, as it turns out, is the primary control mechanism for everything else that happens in the body. What if we could have an external electromagnetic field that would essentially reset the stem cells that are already in our bodies and get them to function like younger, healthier cells? What if in the process we actually found out that in a book that was written thousands of years ago, that information already existed? God has left his fingerprint in natural design, and that blueprint shows up in nature. The mathematical codes are identical. The implications to this are absolutely extraordinary. What drives me is that there's this enormous sense of hope that we can create technology to generate clean energy, that we can have foods that aren't genetically modified, and we can meet all of the needs on the planet that we have to, and that we can heal people.
I love that video, and it reminds me of Tesla, where he kept reminding people in his journals that if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And if there's an incarnation of David, I would believe he was prior to this Nikola Tesla.
You and many other people believe the same thing, and when David shares that story about his parents, and his parents actually said, pick another profession. That's not a profession. and David constantly shares with us, don't ever let anyone steal your dreams, because now he has over 200 patents and he can't stop himself. He's constantly committed to what can we do to enhance the quality of our existence on this planet. What can we do to help Mother Gaia heal, because she's been harmed by a lot of us. And so he's got brilliant technologies to clean the water, clean the ocean, turn garbage into clean energy, transform how we get power. He has all of these technologies already done.
Yeah, done, not coming, and it's part of the roadmap that they're going to be rolling out. And one of the neat things about this, and it's been coming on my third year with LifeWave, with you being a matrix of our team, including Gregory, your lovely husband, is when you look at something you've watched change, right? From whether it's Covey's book, John Denver's best friend, and what he's done for society and conflict management and resolution. And then I saw it at BlackBerry. I mean, change in terms of an evolutionary change. So at BlackBerry, we watch people go from just learning about flip phones and dial-up internet on IBM ThinkPad laptops. And then we're being an evangelist, slinging Crackberry, me at least in New York City, with very few other reps. And then everybody starts going around the States and then around the world. And it was an evolution of change, right? We went from, in a period of 8 years, went from telephones hanging on our wall to wireless phones that we're doing videos on, like the Jetson age. And this is exactly what's going on with this company right now, starting with X39, which is, the Lord of the Rings, the one patch to rule them all. We'll show people some testimonials that we can show of people that have shared of what it's done for them. And certainly, it's different than hearing about the incredible healing results, or what we would say would be incredible results, rather, Robin and I have had, and some of the other people in our downline. But from this standpoint, BlackBerry was self-contained. It was a software and a hardware, and that was it. And there was nothing beyond that roadmap that enabled it to be a business and a company that was built to last, right? Like Jim Collins, go from good to great and then built to last. And what David has here, I love, from energy and frequency, harnessing free energy, full on Tesla. The device is done. The patents are there, right? Doing things that military contractors at the Department of Defense, going back nearly 80 years, they can't do, he has done with drone type technology for enlightenment and for humanity. And I think that this is, the number one wellness company for wellness technology and gifts to humanity in the world. So I just wanted to say all that, wrap it up in a nice little bow here, extrapolate as we go forward in a very direct conversation. How does that resonate with you, Robin?
I love what you said. You do a beautiful job, Brad. And, like you shared earlier, the company started before the company started, David was on a government contract to create something for the Navy SEALs so they could stay awake and alert when they're in their mini subs for, days on end, that had no stimulants or chemicals. And the first patch was born, and it was called Energy Enhancer. Unfortunately, and it worked. It really worked, and they loved it. But then 9/11 happened, and the change of the government and their focus was different. So that's when it became available for the average people like you and me. And Richard Quick, we just finished the Olympics, and I hope you guys got to see some of it, because what people do with their bodies is amazing. And I know some of those athletes were wearing the patches. I don't know which ones, but we have a lot of famous athletes. Michael Phelps he didn't endorse LifeWave, but boy, he wore the patches, and Serena Williams and David Beckham and all kinds of famous athletes. But, Richard Quick was the women's swim coach for the Olympic team, the women's team. And he was connected to David early on. And 6 of his 8 swimmers did their personal best when they tried to catch. So when you watch the Olympics, and you can see that 1/100th of a second can be the difference in a medal. And so nothing is so minutely measured as sport. And so it's so beautiful to see how many athletes all over the world in just about every sport have embraced this technology. And what happened was they were doing so well, the other competitors from other countries were saying they're doping, they're doping. Well, the Anti-Doping Association got involved, and they studied what happens. The patches are actually non-transdermal. And all that means is there's nothing going in the body other than a frequency of light that your own body generated. And so they're totally safe and natural and affordable. And that's what makes them so wonderful, is that anybody can use them safely. And we just love that about that. The company's been around 21 years, and no one's ever been hurt because the body doesn't hurt itself. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Well said too. And we're going to go to sports here a little bit later on as well, everyone, so you can see this. And what you're looking at now, if you don't know about X39, right, LifeWave invested a decade in the stem cell research, resulted in over 70 patents just for that X39 patch. Here's just a couple of those patents right here for the X39. And what it does to your body is incredible, truly incredible and remarkable. So this website is a link as a resource as well, liveyounger.com/Buddha, underneath wherever you're watching this broadcast or listening to this podcast. But one of the achievements, which is literally put it on the map in terms of corporate America and governments around the world, is that it just won on November 7th, the 2025 BIOTECH Breakthrough Award for Stem Cell Innovation of the Year. And that was awarded to the X39 patch, this one right here, the one patch to rule them all. Again, size of a quarter, thin as a few hairs. Put it on when you brush your teeth in the morning, take it off at night. Does all those incredible things to talk about. And then what you see Robin drinking, the Cellergize AM supplement drink. And this is truly remarkable because when you think about this patch alone is cheaper than the cost of a daily Starbucks beverage, right? It's natural, and you take it off at the end of the day and you just throw it in the garbage. Talk about instant gratification, especially for North Americans in Western societies, right? You want instant gratification, help me, maybe sleep better, right? Get a lot better focus, alleviate certain things. Go ahead. Yep.
Well, what you said earlier,
we're so excited. We're talking over each other. Go ahead.
I know it is so exciting. And that's what happens with this. What happened was, some of the authorities said that we could no longer use the word stem cell. And so that was our brand, was activating stem cells. So we could no longer say that. So David, what he does is he gets down on his knees and he asks and prays. And then he gets what he calls a download, gives credit where credit is due. He said, I used to think I was smart, but now I know there's only one source and I give credit to that one source. So when Cellergize is used in combination with X39, we can legally say it increases stem cell activity because the ingredients in here are all proven to increase stem cell activity. And, the medical world is an interesting one, and they need an active ingredient. Well, if nothing's going in your body, there's no active ingredient, but we have the active ingredients. And when people use them together, the benefits are even greater because David recommends that we do our part. Yes, we have this magic patch, but we have to do our part. We have to take care of ourselves and eat clean, healthy food and be well hydrated and rest and move these vehicles, we need to do our part. So there's certain supplementation that he recommends, and he's been recommending it all along, and he just decided to make it easy for us by putting it in one drink. And it just recently came out in the US. It will be coming out to other countries around the world this year and in the future, and we are shipping X39 to over 80 countries around the world, and it works fine without the Cellergize. It works a little better with it.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. And for personal stories, these are viewers like all of you. This was on Rumble and one of our last shows that were posted in the live chat that I'm going to show you. So here's Mad Lady 222, all these funny and incredible handles people have. It says, I can attest to the patch, have worn it 2 years, lost 30 pounds and dark hair growing back under silver hair. I'm 64 years old. We've actually seen a lot of people, our brand partners too, have gone from silver hair back to the normal hair color in certain aspects. Here's another one. Lara,
Glad
lovely.
it didn't happen to me.
Yeah, well, you got a silver fox husband, and again, divine masculine, divine feminine, lions, lionesses, rocking here. Appreciate it. Lara, lovely. Put my first X39 on today and completed an almost 2-mile walk at 5 p.m. in Florida. It's 100 degrees here, and we heard from her as a customer of us. Personally, we know her name. That's something unheard that she could not do until she leveraged the X39 and the power of the patch. And this is one that I'm going to read off here in Cat for God, who, put this into our chat just a little bit ago. So let me just pull up the full one so that I can read it in full to everybody right now. This is me reading what they say. I've been using X39 for about 7 months. And when you heard Robin talk about getting her biological age retested in a few days, we recommend with X39, it's recommended that you wear it for 1 month of every decade of life you've lived. So here's what Cat for God says. I've been using X39 for about 7 months. I feel and look so much better. I hope to meet you all in person sometime soon. I've had angelic encounters that have saved my life. We have a retired Chinook in our hangar at my place of employment where I pray every day at 3 o'clock. I had an encounter with 2 celestial beings who came to reset my moral compass. So many more supernatural encounters are happening, and I feel blessed to be born for such a time as this. I'm so thankful I found you. Where we go on, we go all. And I bring that one up because it's a Beings of Light show, right? And we have an ability to tap into the different realms and see in certain ways. So I really appreciate somebody posting that. TX Gracie says, I love mine. I'm sleeping for the first time in years. In that Jason Bourne movie, sleep is a weapon. And then we've got Ultimate Freethinker said, my scars are dramatically improving. I'm sleeping better than ever. And I've been on X39 for only 4 months. To me, this is like magic, Rob.
It does seem like that, and we never guarantee results. We never know what's going to happen to each person. It's like I shared earlier, the light is going to go where it's most needed, and your body is the miracle that does the work. But every day I wake up, every day, I know I'm going to hear miracle stories. And in this interesting world we're living in right now, which I think is the most exciting time in history to be alive, but it's a bit turbulent right now. There's so much light and it's shining on the dark, which is giving light to the dark. So we are being exposed to things like never before. And at the same time, everything's getting better and better and better. And to be able to wake up and hear miracle stories with all that's going on is a really wonderful way to improve quality of life.
Yeah, it most definitely is. And we've got another video coming up to share because this goes right to my Star Trek comments and what people really love. Before we get there, I find it also interesting how the recognition even before this, that 2025 Stem Cell Innovation of the Year Award for X39 Cellergize AM, David was asked by RFK Jr. to join the board of Make America Healthy Again. Because of all of the clinical evidence, now there's over 200 patents, as you mentioned, that he holds, which makes him walking and right now the most prolific inventor in American walking live right now in our time. And then there's over 89 clinical published case studies. And, for wherever people are in their politics, we can realize, though, that when you have a Make America Healthy Again, and we see a lot of the removals from the stuff that Big Pharma is not happy, they went from 72 down to 11 on a certain thing here, and we're on YouTube, so I'm trying to keep it more cleaner because we still got suppression on YouTube. Everybody knows. That to me was fascinating. What's also fascinating is apparently David turned it down. And Robin will tell you why, because you got somebody invested in you. You want to just share that story real quick, Robin?
Yeah, actually, David told me that there are several people on the current cabinet that are using the technology. We know one of them is RFK, and David is so immersed in this work and in changing the world. And he has inventions way out into the future. And we are just about to step into the third wave of LifeWave, which is another new technology that has never existed, that's going to dramatically change the future of our well-being. And so he's immersed and he's absolutely committed to LifeWave. We have been around for, like I mentioned, over 21 years. And when there's over 1 million brand partners around the world, and he's absolutely committed to be in service to the organization and the future of what he's bringing forth, which very few people get to know what's going on in his lab, but he can't help himself. He keeps inventing.
Yeah, yes. He keeps inventing. It's awesome. And I said we have a video. Actually, I have 2 videos. I've got the one that for me that I haven't shown anybody yet. I recorded a week ago. It's a week to the day right now. Recorded this video a week ago today. I recorded this for this show, and I'm going to share that and then go over to our Mr. Star Trek video everybody likes, because I wear these every single day for different reasons, and we can get into that in a longer conversation. Members in our team can contact us, email, phone, Zoom chat. We have that. We have support nearly 7 days a week around the world. The company, which is awesome, in our team. But I think you all will enjoy this. So here we go. A big mountain skiing in the Rockies Second Resort. And yesterday I had, for the first time ever in my history, wore 2 X39s, a 49 and a glutathione patch, and it's well worth it. I was training for a month to do this trip, running 10 kilometers a day, but there's still no workout like a powder one. Absolutely amazing. Thanks to LifeWave and every morning. So here we are. And just for anybody who knows, big mountain skiing, like these are runs that are 1 to 2 miles, -10, -15 last week, the week before, most of it ice, and then finally got some snow. And if I have never in my life, even though I lived in Vail, Colorado, right, when I was married there, we had 12 and a half years at Vail and Beaver Creek. I'd never skied 10 days straight in my life. So here I am, age-wise, a lot older, but I'm able to crush 10 days of big mountain skiing. And I'm skiing, right by where they say the avalanche, not going out of bounds, but the double diamonds. And then also I've shared with our team here during that time, I kind of hit them up too many times, probably sharing videos. Like, I'm so stoked because I hadn't been on skis for 3 years. And because of what's happened in the world, I was not going to go back to that area because I was one of the people that were targeted. And now, like, this was truly majestic for me to get back into the big mountains, to get back into powder, to get on my powder skis, to rip powder, to rip pistes, right? I'm talking PISTE, skiing off piste, right? Ripping chutes, right? Where you're at the very top of the mountain, the wind's coming over and dropping in the chutes and doing all of it. And I wore 2 X39s that day, as everybody heard, and a 49 and a glutathione, because that was day 10. And the ski legs were feeling it, but I'm still going for it, right? And on the first run up. So you're a skier too, Robin.
It's so wonderful to be strong. And I think a lot of us know as we age, things change and we don't have as much muscle density or bone density. and to know that that can come back. And I was in pretty bad shape before I started using this technology. I felt like I was like 100 years old, and I'd had a few knee replacements, and it's a whole nother. I won't get into my story so much, but now 7 years later of using this technology, I'm strong and healthy. I mean, I went and had a massage the other day. She goes, "Your back is really strong." And I love being strong, and to know that with, like, especially X49, you can rebuild muscle and increase muscle strength and density. And so many elderly people become dependent because they don't have the strength anymore. One of my favorite stories was a woman in her 80s. She says, "I couldn't carry my groceries anymore." And then she started using X49 with X39, and she's got her muscle back. And I've got a major increase in bone density, which, postmenopausal women typically have a decrease over the years, and mine's coming back the other way. So, it's so wonderful to know that we can just, and I started a few years ago, skate skiing, which to me, well, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, but boy, that is one of the most intense things I've ever done. It's like, and feeling strong is so exciting, and that's what's available for anybody if they're consistent and they utilize the technology. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of being in Canada, Rocky Mountain skiing, and Star Trek, it's this time to show the most greatest video that I've ever seen this company put forward.
Before you show it, I just want to, talk about it a little bit, because David, when we were visiting on the 20th anniversary cruise, he goes, "LifeWave's going to do things that no other network company has ever done before." And I said, "Well, help me understand. What do you mean by that?" He goes, "Well, the drone technology that he created, a 15-foot wingspan that can carry almost a payload of, 300 pounds, take off vertically and horizontally, distributing resources to places of need, from natural or man-made disasters to this new technology that's coming out in the next few months, the X2O light-infused water, to having a welcome center to welcome people from all over the world." And like Brad said earlier, he was a Trekkie, when he was a kid. Well, he hired the set designer from Star Trek. Wexler has been with Star Trek for over 40 years and was the set designer. And they created this welcome center that everyone's welcome to come to. And it's like walking into a spaceship. So William Shatner has been a friend of David's for many years. He's 94 years young. He is using the technology and embodying youthfulness. And so now we can watch the video of William Shatner at our welcome
excellent. Yeah, excellent setup. Yeah. And again, this is why I believe this will be the wellness, technology, and humanitarian company to lead the way for the world. Here we are.
I've lived a long life. I've done a lot of things, but I've never been an intern.
I'm the founder, sure, but I'm also an inventor. My latest experiment? Hire William Shatner, but as an intern. No way I can afford that guy full-time.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm going to be your trainer for today.
Hi, Alicia.
William Shatner?
Yeah, well, you can call me Bill. Or intern. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's just fine. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of our Welcome Center.
I hear they have something like a captain's bridge in the Welcome Center. Feels like you're traveling through space.
I have an award-winning production designer.
This I gotta see.
For decades, and hey, Bill.
No, please, no sci-fi today. I'm just here as an intern, that's it. I just beamed in. Yeah, I know that look. I get that look whenever I sneak around, and you're sneaking. Go away. I'm busy. Jackpot. You didn't see a thing. Oh. People gotta see this.
Bill! Who let you in here?
He let me in here.
Bill? Captain?
Oh, you gotta get out here. The old intern who looks an awful lot like me, he's messing things up.
But wait, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a sci-fi thing. Come on.
Oh, excuse me. David, was that? Is that in budget?
Oh,
Here you are. Come on. Back to the group.
people gotta see this.
I know. It's a part of the tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me? Doug. Bill? Doug? Bill! Doug! Bill! For goodness.
Oh, you know Doug?
Do I know Doug? Star Trek designer on props and sets and the spaceships and this?
Came out beautifully, huh?
Oh, Doug is...
Hey, Bill.
Oh,
One of your clones said you're causing trouble.
you're taking the word of a clone?
Personally, I always go with the original.
That's a good idea.
I have a question. Are you really going to be an intern here?
But, yeah, why not? But first, I gotta tell you about the Welcome Center here at the LifeWave offices.
Okay, this is a commercial. Got it.
No. It's a kind of soft sell. No, just a simple suggestion, really. Copy this QR code to learn about LifeWave, its products, and their amazing welcome center, and that's it. I had a great time experiencing their amazing life-changing technology and learning about the opportunities surrounding one of the fastest-growing companies on the planet. And you will too. So check them out, and just tell them Bill sent you, the real Bill, not that sci-fi clone. Oh. Okay. Hey, duty calls. Back to interning. Bye-bye.
I always love watching that.
Amazing. I love it too. Again, 94 years old. So you can certainly see the technology, the patches are working very, very well on William Shatner, Captain Kirk.
Yes, and Star Trek's experiencing their 60th anniversary this August. And they'll be having a big celebration in Las Vegas, and LifeWave will be there. Doug Wexler will be there. William Shatner will be there, and they will be talking about the Welcome Center. And it's just so exciting. Yeah.
Extremely. I mentioned we'd talk about sports because we just were doing the Olympics. And honestly, I actually would really like to watch the Paralympics. To me, that's where you really have the heart in a story. And really, like, try to watch the Paralympics and these athletes and try not to cry. It's truly amazing. But
Brad, I just have to tell you a story. I was privileged to be at a Paralympics in Atlanta after and people don't know this, that after every Olympics is the Paralympics, summer and winter, same locations, same stadiums and everything. And it was 1,000-meter run for above the knee amputees. And 500 meters in, this guy's leg came off. He actually picked up his leg and he hopped the rest of the 500 meters. There was not a dry eye anywhere. I have a whole bunch of other stories, but that one just captured my heart. It was amazing.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. It's March 4th next week is when it starts in Milano and Cortano, Italy. And I shared 2 nights ago to all of our social medias a story of a little boy He was coming around the track. So there's, probably 12 and under. They're doing track and field meet. And as he ran by his mom, he's a competitor. He ran over to her to give her a kiss. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Gave her a kiss, not a dry eye in the audience, right? And you're watching all these incredible athletes and was a child with Down syndrome do this, because this is truly about the heart of what they want to achieve. And I remember being there in Collingwood, Ontario High School back then, where I was in Collingwood Collegiate High School. And back then we had Arnold Schwarzenegger was the ambassador for the Paralympics, but they were doing a training there, and you got to meet some of these incredible athletes. And to me, again, that is what sport is all about. I like to watch sport where there's heart that's poured into it, and there's more to a story than just, I'm doing this maybe for a payment, an endorsement, medal. Awesome. Not taking that away from anybody, but yeah, truly remarkable, truly remarkable. And why I was wearing the patches, for anybody who's thinking about this, on a daily basis, which I have been for the nearly 3 years now, as you're seeing here, right? You recover faster, you perform longer, and push beyond limits. So I stated, once again, my first time in the mountains, skiing and snowboarding in 3 seasons, and I was able to accomplish 10 days out of 12, because 2 days in between it, 5, then 2 travel days, then 5 at another resort. 10 days of skiing out of 12, full on, right? And what you can see here on our Live Younger Sports page is it says you don't need another pill, a peptide, or a protocol. You need a solution that works with your body's intelligence, not against it. It's not more fuel. It's a whole new category. You're leveraging light, no drugs, no stimulants, no side effects, pure performance activated from within. So what I continue to see, what everybody on our team reports and they see, faster muscle recovery after training and competition. If you're not in sports, just generally getting up and going through the home, reduced inflammation and joint pain, increased stamina, endurance capacity, energy that lasts without caffeine or stimulants, which is, again, where they first started with the Navy SEAL SDV team program in the mini subs for days on end. No caffeine, no stimulants, and it's your own light that comes out of your body that's reflected in to activate certain peptides we already have in here, like X39 activates GHKCU, the copper peptide in our body. And based on all the research, it's a supply chain reaction when it activates copper peptide in your body, and then it stimulates these other God molecules of yours, and it continues on for greatness, right? And you can contact us for more information with regards to that, or, just get started now. As far as I'm concerned, it's incredible. 100% money back guarantee too. But anyway, I'll turn it over to you as the matriarch, who have decades in the industry and experience and entrepreneur and business, Robin. And how would you kind of frame this for everybody as we go into this age that we're in, this ascension, the Aquarian age, and the age of enlightenment?
Well, that was so beautiful, Brad. We're actually calling it the past, present, and future of Life Wave of 3 different waves. And, the first wave was the early days when, the energy enhancer came out and several other patches. Then when X39 came out, that was in 2001. In 2018, X30, and the company had been pretty flatlined as far as their growth goes, about 2 million a month. And when X39 came out, from then until now, the company has grown 3,000% because of that one product. It is the majority of sales worldwide. It is the most comprehensive thing we have. We recommend everyone start there. Keep it simple because it does so many different things, like Brad just, talked about all the benefits. And in the next few months, we're heading into the 3rd wave. And the 3rd wave is going to take us into the stratosphere. It is a new technology coming out with light-infused water. It's called X2O. And people are getting in position, getting ready for it, because some of us have had the experience of utilizing this technology and seeing miracles that I never thought were possible. When light is in every cell of your body, everything works better. And we're seeing dramatic changes in everything from diseases to cognitive decline to, just aches and pains and all kinds of other things. But it's really, really exciting. So we are so blessed to be with the right company at the right time to get to help launch this future technology to the world. And really, you said it earlier, it's like we give people, now David said it, we're in the business of giving people hope. Hope that your experience in this physical vessel can be even better. Hope that your lifestyle, your financial status can be even better. When we started, physically, I was not well, and financially, I was not well. Well, both of those have dramatically changed, and we need voices. We need other people to share the great news, because people still don't know we exist. And so it's a very, very exciting time. And we invite you to, check out Brad's link and take a look and see if this is a fit for you to, try for yourself. And like you said, there is a guarantee. And if you want, I had no intention of building a business. I started as a customer, but my results were so dramatic, I couldn't not share. And fast forward 7 years later, I've been able to, affect the lives of literally hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, and feeling very grateful and very blessed. And thank you, Brad, for all you do to get the word out, to share the light, to bring expansion to all of us. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Oh, mahalo lui noa to you as well, Robin. I appreciate it. And, for somebody who just over 6 years ago, you have a Horatio Alger story, just you alone with LifeWave, where you were in a tiny cabin in Montana with a cell phone and a laptop, and you built a business like you just mentioned. You have actually directly affected the lives of hundreds of thousands underneath you on your team. I feel blessed that myself and the show and those who are loved ones around me and family are part of that blessing that you have put out, because to me, it's a clarion call to those who are awake, who are spiritually centered as well, to assist themselves. And then it's amazing to watch those who had the experience you did, X39, had the experience I did, X39 NiceWave, and it blew any of my expectations out of the water, just what happened to me in that very one story. And I went, the world needs to hear about this. And that's pretty common that we're seeing people start getting out, sharing, helping their friends and their family. And, if you're supplementing and maybe getting an extra few $100s a month, awesome. But you're seeing this roadmap where it's free energy technology coming down the road for the home and the car in the next few years. In the next few months, you mentioned the light water machine, which is coming direct from scripture in the Bible, which is coded as a new element never seen before on earth, and has over 20 patents issued and pending right now, right? And that's why I say this is the Nikola Tesla of our time, who must be reincarnated, because there's no stopping David. And he's going into all these things, really, like sea, air, land, frequency technology, like it was said. So I truly appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody else for being here now. And I'll just leave you with two quick stories from Norman Traversy, quotes really from Norman Traversy and Colonel Chuck Sellers, former deputy commander of Delta Force. And Norman, when we gifted these patches to Norman Traversy, this is the Firefighter Hero of the Year in Canada. He has the Heroes Medal for that, as well as Freedom Convoy Legend, said by day 2 with X39, I was running upstairs for the first time since the 20th century. And then Colonel Chuck Sellers, retired deputy commander of Delta Force, 24 years U.S. Army, incredible veteran, said, if I was still in, I'd issue these X39 patches to every man and woman under my command. Incredible as well. So mahalo. All right, everybody. What's amazing, too, is you get to join us throughout the week. And feel free to jump on that. You have 100% money back guarantee, and through our link as well. If you choose, you have 30% off that we're offering right now. And then we'll reach out to you and send you a welcome letter, an email, and then you get involved in Zooms a la carte. Nothing is forced at you. It's entirely up to you from a sovereign wellness standpoint and everything. Robin, I know we've got another call to go to right now. And everybody, thank you very much for watching, sharing, participating. We look forward to seeing you on the team here soon. God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on the program, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, follow, subscribe, share this with 9 friends and family. And of course, if you enjoy our blinged Buddha firing red pills from his 9mm, let us know.